What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. During the last few parts, we saw everything that happened in GT so far, and today we finally reached the finale. Honestly, it didn't really seem like there was too much interest in the series, and I did actually have 2 or 3 more parts planned for this, but at the same time I do want to finish it, and I want to spare time for other projects that have more interest. So we're going to kind of streamline it, and this is going to be the ending for today. Apologies if I go through stuff a bit fast, but that's kind of the point of this. It doesn't seem like there's too much interest in GT series, but if you do want to see more GT videos in the future, drop a like on this video. And be sure to leave a comment below for what series you want to see continuing to GT next. I'll be sure to check your responses out and see what everyone thinks. Anyways, let's pick up from here and finally finish this story. The Pilaf gang is still around. Alright, well if they turn Goku into a kid, maybe they should turn themselves into kids. Yeah, that would work. Or not kids, just young again. Then they'll be much more effective as villains. Using the Dragon Balls one more time won't hurt, right? They're able to gather the Dragon Balls and wish for youth. It's the perfect plan to counteract Goku and defeat him. The worst part is, they find out Goku's not even a kid anymore. He's actually an adult again. So everything they've done is pretty much pointless. Although it is going to have consequences, their use of the Dragon Balls, as well as everyone else's, is going to affect the story. The Dragon Balls here are weird, and they are cracked. And when they summon the dragon, something weird happens. The group notices the sky turn black, but it's already too late. They fly over and they see Black Smoke Shenron appears. The over-reliance on the Dragon Balls is going to bite everyone. And now we begin the Shadow Dragon saga. Negative energy surrounds the Earth, and the Shadow Dragons appear, created by Smoke Shenron who gathers power. And I'm going to be making a change here to make them stronger. These Shadow Dragons aren't just affected by Earth Dragon Balls in this scenario. They're going to be affected by Namek Dragon Balls, Cereal's Dragon Balls, and even the Super Dragon Balls. There's not going to be a dragon for every single wish made in the story, and we are still going to go with 7, but this is going to buff them significantly. Well, at least a few of them. Depending on the size and the scope of each wish, some of them are stronger than before, some much stronger, especially one created by the Super Dragon Balls, although he hasn't appeared yet. There's a few on Earth right now, and even one on planet Cereal attacking Granola for his wish a while back. Luckily, he's able to defend against this dragon, defeating him pretty easily. Okay, that wasn't such a big issue, but what the hell's going on here? This dragon, it just randomly appeared out of nowhere. He tries honing in his senses, and he can sense all the way on Earth there's fights happening again. And then randomly, someone teleports in. It's Bardock. What the hell? Why is he here? Bardock is getting more and more tired out, weaker by the day. And even though he can't fight these dragons, he still wants to help. He can at least warn Granola and the others, but it seems that Granola is already okay, which is good. Just from using instant transmission, he feels a bit tired out. At least for going this long distance, but he says he'll be okay. Granola's actually pretty concerned to see this. Damn, Bardock really is feeling older and older by the day. And since Granola's fine, he's gonna return to Earth. But Granola says he wants to help. He tells Bardock to bring him to Earth with him. Well, alright, but just make sure he knows what he's getting into. Remember before how I said Bardock's limit was Super Saiyan Blue? Well, now it's Super Saiyan God. His aging gets more exponentially rapid by each day. Granola notes this too, surprised at how much he's been weakened. And it's kinda odd too. Had Granola not reversed the wish that he made before, well, he would have been in the same scenario. Actually, he would have died a while ago. He wouldn't have even made it this far. And he feels kinda bad. He can tell Bardock wants to keep helping, but he can only do so much. Thankfully back on Earth, most of the dragons are weak in comparison, besides the 3 created from the Super Dragon Balls wishes. Even with the collective power of all of Namek's Dragon Balls and of Earth's Dragon Balls, some of the dragons are still too weak. There were 3 wishes from the Super Dragon Balls that generated these dragons. One from Beerus during the Universe 6 tournament, the one that restored Earth in Universe 6. Then, there is the one created by Zamasu's wish. Or both of the Zamasu wishes. Both of them collectively work together, even across timelines. These sets of wishes created very powerful dragons, Nova and Ice. But then there is one more dragon, one created from the wish during the Tournament of Power, the one made that restored all of the universes after Zeno erased them. And this is the most powerful dragon by far. I mean, just consider the scope of the wish and the Dragon Balls used. Although, this dragon hasn't been found yet. No one knows where it is or when it's gonna appear. But this dragon is Sin Shenron, and he has a plan. He's not going for Earth right away for repentance. He's going for a much bigger target, the Supreme Kais. But meanwhile back on Earth, the other twin dragons are there. They are definitely the fiercest of the dragons so far, and the group even underestimates them at first. But compared to the other dragons, it's not even a contest. These guys are actually so strong in comparison to the other dragons that it makes those guys look like a joke in comparison. They weren't even an issue, and the group was happy because they thought that it would be an easy fight, but no, this is a hard fight, and this is only just beginning. And remember, these guys aren't connected to any of Earth's Dragon Balls, so Nova's not going to be the same dragon as he was before. Nor is Ice. The twins are purely bad, and they're hell-bent on bringing destruction on Earth. The group tries to hold them off. And this is definitely the fiercest fight yet. The fact that they're fighting two dragons at once doesn't help. These two have perfect synergy when fighting, and their power helps a lot too. They also gotta do something about that negative energy surrounding Earth. Goku, Ruda, and Raditz are thinking, maybe they could try something with spirit vision, but no, that's not gonna work. This isn't just any regular energy that they can just steal away and do whatever they want with it. No, they're gonna have to actually defeat these dragons, and they can't even take their energy from the dragons either. It's strange, the power emanating off of them. And this handicap's gonna make the fight really tough. Well, whatever, Goku's pumped up. It's been a while since he's had a real fight like this, one where he's had a handicap without spirit vision too. It's not like he immediately resorts to that anyways, it's just that this is gonna make things a bit more fun, because they're gonna have to work on a different strategy. He and Ruda take on Nova together, while Vegeta and Raditz take on Ice. The rest of the group stands by for support. Goten and Trunks even want to fuse again, but they also kinda don't want to get in the way here. Maybe these two groups will be enough to defeat the dragons. But in case they do need to fight, they're ready. Meanwhile, on the sacred world of Kais, Piccolo is sensing everything. He's trying to keep track of what's going on Earth, as are the other Kais. They know everything's in disarray, and they want to do something about it. Considering this does involve the universe and not just Earth, yeah, maybe it's their time to get involved. There's no need for that hands-off approach here. But to make things worse, Shin then alerts everyone. He senses something coming close to them. That same negative energy they felt on Earth. There's one out in space, one coming towards the sacred world of Kais. What? How is it reaching this realm even? No one is sure. This isn't just any normal planet that someone could just find. This guy's traversing through dimensions. And soon enough, he arrives. Zen Shenron arrives on the planet. His primary target is Piccolo, the one who helped restore the universes. And in the meantime, he will destroy the rest of the Kais too. Piccolo immediately tries fighting him, but does absolutely nothing. Like, Piccolo can't even leave a scratch on this guy. Now, Piccolo's definitely not the strongest of the group, but he is incredibly powerful, especially since he spent decades with the Supreme Kais by now. He powers up as far as he can go, but even then, his power's not doing anything to Zen Shenron, even with all the Kais held with him too. What the hell is this guy? He needs to protect the other Kais though. He tells them to leave. He'll handle this. If they die, things will go into disarray. Plus, he is the strongest of them, and he doesn't want them to be at risk. The Kai say they're not going to leave Piccolo's side, so instead he leaves their side. He tackles Sin, and it does nothing, but he then teleports him away using the Kai Kai. And he knows exactly where to go to. He needs help, and he hopes they don't mind, but he's going to bring this guy to Earth. By the time he arrives, thankfully the other two dragons have been defeated. But now they face the real foe. Sin is incredibly happy with himself. The power he has is insane. None of them can even hope to defeat him. I mean, they could try, but they're not going to do anything against him. He was planning on absorbing the other dragons too, but he might not even need that. Remember the wish that he was generated from? A wish from Super Shenron to restore every universe that was erased by Zeno. I don't even need to tell you how big the scope of that wish is. So even just as Zen Shenron, not Omega, this guy is miles ahead of the other dragons. Even the twins that were just defeated. The group expected Piccolo to arrive. Goku was the one who actually suggested this to him, and Piccolo knows he probably didn't check with the others, but it should be fine. The group's okay with fighting this guy because he probably would have come to Earth eventually anyways. So if they couldn't defeat those other two dragons, how the hell are they supposed to defeat this guy? Well, first they need to deal with that negative energy, and Piccolo has the perfect idea. His own magic. It should be more than potent enough to deal with this. Even if their spirit vision isn't going to work, Piccolo has actual magic. He is a Kai after all, and with his abilities, he could probably reverse this. And not just that, but it'll help them. Although he's going to need someone else to fight the dragon, which is perfectly fine. They were planning on fighting the dragon anyways. If Piccolo needs to do that to reverse the negative energy, then so be it. But still, even with their current power, even combined, it might not be enough to defeat this guy. They start fighting him, and they're hopeless. There's absolutely nothing they can do against him. And even if they do remove the negative energy from Earth, who knows if that's going to do anything? This guy is still going to be so incredibly powerful that they won't be able to make him budge. And Piccolo's thinking, and he has a perfect idea. It's something he did a while ago, something with Gohan. He tells them if they need to combine everyone's powers, that might work. Gohan knows exactly what he's talking about. He chimes in, asking Piccolo if he means fusion. Yup, he has Potara earrings with him. But now, he just needs to figure out who to fuse. He and Gohan fusing again would be powerful, but it wouldn't be enough to defeat Shenron. They want to have the two strongest people fuse, or at least the two people with the potential to make the strongest fusion. And he looks around. Goku and Ruda? Goku and Raditz? Raditz and Vegeta? Actually, any combination of these four Saiyans would be great. But then he looks over and sees Bardock's there too. He's trying to help fight, but he can't really do much right now. And the thing is, Piccolo knows that Bardock has insane potential and power locked up within there, but his age, that's what's holding him back. Now, this might be a long shot, and it is risky, but if the risk pays off, the reward will be very high. He goes to Bardock. He says that he should fuse with Goku. Bardock's confused. Isn't he just going to hold the fusion back? Well, not entirely. Piccolo's not too sure yet, but he assumes that if the two of them fuse, maybe it'll split the difference between their age. So even though Bardock's old now, it's basically going to draw out the power from his youth, essentially reversing his aging as long as they're fused. And if this theory is correct, this will be the strongest fusion that they could possibly create, a fusion between Goku and Bardock. They all consult with the group first, and they actually agree to this, even though it is a big risk. Again, the reward would definitely pay off if this works. So, there's no more time to waste. Goku immediately puts on one of the earrings, turning to Bardock. He hesitates, but he decides what the hell. Either way, this is going to give him another opportunity to fight. He puts on the earring and the two fuse. As the rest of the group holds off Shenron, he then senses a huge burst of energy nearby. As he's distracted, he turns back. This allows an opening for Vegeta, Raditz, Ruda, and Granola to all attack at once. Sin tries to counter these attacks, turning his attention away from that huge burst of power. And then he's hit in the back of the head. A powerful kick is delivered. He turns back again but can't see anything. Then, someone punches him across the face. It's strong. He tries attacking but no one's there. Someone is teleporting around him. He begins looking around. And then down on the ground, he sees someone with their arms crossed, looking up at him. He looks kind of like those two people he's seen before, except his hair is longer and his armor's different. The fusion smirks. It turns out Piccolo's idea did work. It did split the difference. Bardock's age doesn't matter anymore. All of the power from his youth is back into this fusion. And not just that, it's combined with Goku's, and then heavily multiplied. I mean, consider the type of fusion this is. A fusion between father and son. It probably even gets a boost from that too. The rest of the group looks on in awe. It actually worked. And now the fusion thinks, what should his name be? Bardock and Kakarot. It's what they call him in Dragon Ball Fusion, so that's what we'll go with here. Sin tries attacking him, and then Bardock activates Ultra Instinct. The aura surrounds him and he completely disappears. This power is incredible. Even this dragon can't match him now. What the hell? And he looks around. At the exact same time he sees the negative energy around Earth. It's disappearing. It must be that Supreme Kai Namekian guy. I didn't even realize that kind of rhymes, Supreme Kai Namekian guy. But he can't get distracted by that. He's getting attacked by this guy and can't hit him at all. Whenever he hits Shenron, he teleports around somewhere else. Sin can't predict his attacks, and even if he does try and hit Bardock, he just dodges with Ultra Instinct. But as Bardock's attacking, he charges an attack in his other hand. He's gonna make this as quick as possible, and he's preparing. He teleports in front of Sin, and Sin tries launching an attack at him. Bardock simply flips over it, and then Sin looks above him. He sees in one of Bardock's hands, he has a massive beam charged. Bardock chuckles a bit. This is fun. He places his hand in front of him, launching the massive one-handed blast down, completely eviscerating the dragon. This is all the energy he's coalesced through his power, as well as energy he's gathered from others. He'll call it the ultimate spirit cannon. A combination of Bardock's final spirit cannon with some of Goku's spirit bomb in there. Shenron is completely decimated, and not long after, the fusion lands on the ground, then diffusing. Damn. It's good that they finished it quickly, but they kind of expected this. I mean, they were using so much power with Ultra Instinct and all. Bardock smiles, and then immediately falls to the ground. He's glad he was able to have one last fight, but even though he was fused, it still drained a lot of energy out of him. And since he exerted himself that much, that's just gonna worsen his current condition. He commends everyone, especially his kids and all his grandkids who are there too. He says he's proud of them, and he's glad he got to fight alongside them one last time. But his age, it's finally catching up to him. And that fight was the nail in the coffin. Slowly his ki begins disappearing. The group tries to help and heal him, but Piccolo says it's too late. And he's kind of amazed to see that too. Bardock knew what he was getting into. He knew before they fused that this would probably kill him. But he just wanted one last fight, especially with his kids. There's nothing they can do now. They watch as Bardock dies, passing on into Otherworld. We skip forward for a brief amount of time. In Otherworld, Bardock has arrived, and he looks at himself. He's young again. Well, he is dead after all, so he's not surprised, but he's glad that he kept his body. This is great. He could train up here even more. I mean, he's not even going to be able to do anything on Earth, but still, he could watch from up here, train more, get stronger. He knows that the next generation will be safe. Not just that one, but the one after that too. He can see their performance from up here, and he's glad. He feels that he lives a fulfilling life, and he knew this time would come eventually. He has faith in the rest of the people that he left behind, and he's happy that his life turned out the way it did. He lived a full life. It wasn't cut short by Frieza, and he was able to finally reunite with his family. And he changed, even becoming like an Earthling, which is strange. And soon enough, up in Otherworld, he sees a familiar face. Not too long after his death, another person appears there. Bardock hears someone call his name. He turns around, and he sees Gine. And this is where we'll end off this series. So, what did you guys think about this part? What did you guys think about the series as a whole? This isn't just the conclusion to the GT part, this is the conclusion to the entire series now. It's strange, it's the first time I've done a GT scenario, so this is actually the end. So let me know what you guys thought. I might try more of these in the future, but let me know what you thought of this one. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. It really helps out the channel and it shows me that you want to see more videos like this. Also, if you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as clicking the bell icon to be notified about any future uploads to my channel, including more what ifs or any videos like this one. Anyways, thank you all for watching, thanks for supporting this scenario, and I'll see you all in my next video.